What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So the most shredded IFBB pro in classic physique division, the guy number 4 in the world, Josema Beast is gonna be competing at the upcoming Romania Pro, and this is actually a masterstroke by him because Romania was actually one of the few shows where the winner will get the Olympia qualification, while majority of the other pro shows throughout this year, the win is gonna get you 10 points, not the Olympia qualification. So Jose Manuel aka Josema Beast has already solidified himself as a legit top 5 Olympian. He was top 5 last year, and the man improved his placing by 1 point, and he placed top 4 this year at the Olympia. And this is also the guy who gets the title of modern era Andre Monzer, because nobody in the entire IFBB has the capability to get as shredded and as ripped as Josema does. Surprisingly, whenever we feel like that he cannot push his conditioning beyond a certain point, beyond a particular level, the man shows up even better and even more ripped for the next show. I honestly think that Josema Beast would have been a big nightmare for the top 3 in Classic if he had bigger, more rounder, more 3D looking quads, and if he had a bit more room to grow, if he wasn't already at his weight cap. Because what he really lacks, compared to some of these other top guys who are beating him, that is the overall X frame, the V-taper. So with Josema being top 4 in the world, this is going to be a very dominating win for Jose Manuel at this upcoming Romania Pro. Before you scroll or blink too hard, have you subscribed yet? Please don't make me bring out the emotional blackmail. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. It's free, it's painless, and that makes me look way cooler than I actually am. So the world of bodybuilding needs to appreciate this look of Martin Fitzwater a lot more, especially the one that he brought to Prague Pro Stage Finals. This was probably one of the best bodybuilding peaks that we saw in 2025. And this particular camera angle, that really shows us how he was absolutely skinless at the night show. Now, of all the people who were there in attendance at Prague Pro this year, they all said that this was a very impressive version of Samson Dauda, especially at the finals, and Martin was still able to take him down, which was kind of unthinkable before the Olympia this year. I think we all need to put some more respect on Martin's name. In just 1 year, he was able to beat 2 Olympia champions, Samson Dauda and Keon, and last year, he beat Chris Bumstead. So this guy is merely 28 or 29 years old, and now we can see why Stefan, his coach, that speaks so highly of him, because when he is absolutely peeled, when he is 100% on, the way he was at Prague Pro this year, he's a very dangerous bodybuilder and one hell of a difficult man to beat. So what we all like to see is more back width from Martin, because other than that, he is very aesthetic for his frame and very much filled out. So he has already announced that he will be doing the Arnold Ohio next year. And with the big success that he just had, first at the Olympia and then in Prague, he will be among the favorites to challenge Andrew Jagged next year at the Arnold Ohio. So all of those fans of Chris Bumstead who were hoping that he's going to miss the stage, and that too up to a point that he will eventually want to come back. Well, after watching him attend this year's Olympia as a spectator, it's pretty much guaranteed that there is zero chance of him ever making a comeback. He's very satisfied with where the man is at in his life right now, and Cbum has also spoken about the dangers that come with professional bodybuilding multiple times after his retirement. So his career is gonna be remembered as one of the most successful one in the recent past, because the man won 6 Olympia titles in a row and he retired before even turning 30. So you do not see these kind of stats very often. So talk about his current physique. Chris Bumstead is looking big right now. This was his goal after his retirement, to be lean and big enough, but also be more functional, more athletic, so that he can play some other sports too, if he wants to. So Chris Bumstead received a very well-deserved special award at this year's Olympia. Now, he will be the GOAT of classic physique because during his reign, except for his first ever Olympia win back in 2019 and last Olympia in 2024, there weren't any doubts. The man absolutely dominated the competition during his prime. Ever since Heath retired from professional bodybuilding, he has been promoting a lot of mobility work, which is something majority of the bodybuilders, they kind of ignore during their prime time when they are competing when they are young. So stretching and posing, these are two very important aspects of bodybuilding which are also majorly ignored by a high percentage of the IFBB pros and also normal gym freaks. So Phil has been implementing all those stretching techniques for quite some time now, and he has been one of the very fortunate but also very smart bodybuilders who never had any serious injury throughout his pro career. The only problem that he had, that was his hernia problem, which he suffered from eventually during the later stages of his career, and that actually became a major factor of him losing the Olympia title to late Sean Roden in 2018. So the most gifted muscle in Phil's physique, they were his arms. I mean, they still are. His arms grew no matter what he did. And the funny thing is that he never even trained his arms directly after 2011. That is how gifted he was in that aspect. And the reason he stopped training them was to balance it out with the rest of his physique. And the balance and the proportions are something which Phil was always known for, to be very symmetrical and very proportional top to bottom, front to back. And even to this day, his arms are so freaking huge. So the man retired like 5 years back, but he has been able to hold on to all that muscle pretty damn well. So Phil's stance on why there hasn't been a dominant Olympia champion since he retired is because many IFBB pros, they are in the wrong divisions. So the man is a living legend, although he played the villain during his Olympia reign, but he has changed his personality a lot after his retirement. So Joe the Machine is the one guy that I am really looking forward to see next year. This guy came out of nowhere, and first he placed top 3 at Tampa Pro, showing how crazy shredded and ripped he can be while being at that kind of size, and then he ended up beating a guy like Quentin Beastwood at Texas Pro, placing behind Jordan Hutchinson, and we even saw him winning some shots like the back double biceps, and also the side shots on him are pretty damn good. So the man is looking so freaking huge right now. Look at the legs on him, not just from the front, but in the side shots too. The kind of transformation that he was able to make in just a matter of 2 years, that is simply bonkers. So what he needs to fix the most is the waistline of his. Now that is something that is gonna be very hard for him, and that is because of his structure. But he can create that illusion of having a nice V-taper and an X-frame by having more quad sweep and wider lats, so that his waistline that appears relatively smaller. Now the fact is, he's always gonna lose the shots like the front double biceps, like the abs and thigh, no matter what he does. But he can make sure that he loses those poses by small margins, and the rest of his physique, that is pretty damn solid. So this guy is another modern era mass monster, and I am very certain that he's gonna win a pro show next year, and we are probably gonna see him on the Olympia stage in 2026. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.